What's up, you guys? It's Sherry, also known as BamaRealist. As you can probably tell by the title, I failed my court reporter exam. I listened to my colleagues and they said, well, since you're doing cases on a regular, which I do, I officiate depositions and things of that nature, legal cases. So they were like, you should pass, you do this on a regular. And they meant well, I'm pretty sure. But it turns out you really kind of need to study for this exam. Um, it was about 150 questions. And all of this information is on the American Association of Electronic Reporters and Transcribers website. So it's no hidden secret what I'm stating or things that you shouldn't know ahead of time. This information is there. But yeah, I really needed to study 150 questions, um, things that you probably just don't think about unless you're testing. And when they notified me that I failed, they just said fail. Right after taking the test on the computer, before a proctor who was also online with me watching. So that was kind of discouraging. And that was that. And then a few days later, I got an actual email that told me my actual score. So I had a 76 and I needed at least an 80. So probably a couple more questions I would have passed. And it was just a tough thing to undergo because it took the gentleman about an hour to even get me set up. For some reason, they were having technical difficulties on their side. So I'm sure that played a factor in things as well. Yep, I'm sure that played a big factor in things as well. Um, so yeah, that was that. And if you've been watching, listening so far up to this point, I have since passed. Yes, I'm so excited. Thank God I got it out of the way. Actually, just yesterday. So, I did the necessary steps, studied a couple of weeks here and there, and I can tell you how to prevent being downtrodden from not passing, um, just to make sure that you can pass the first time. And again, no one should come for me for this is information that's right on the website, our national website. But just things that had I known, it could have made me more prepared. So, of course, they will need to see your driver's license or photo ID. It can be a passport as well, just to verify that you are indeed the test taker. Um, Nothing should be on your desk except the actual computer that you're going to take the test in. You cannot use a dual monitor computer, so nothing fancy. Of course, no calculator is needed, no pen and paper, none of that. The exam was multiple choice, which is always a big, big help, and not so confusing if you've studied in the least bit, typically. Um, I would say make yourself some little quizzes, Latin terminology, equipment terminology, the order of things during a deposition, general things, that, like I said, you tend to not think about in the everyday job of digital court reporting, but if you were taking a test, things of that nature. And typically you would then do fine. So yeah, those were some things to just kind of be prepared for. They really don't like to see any type of material related things on your walls. You'll be required to hold your laptop up to show the four corners of the room's walls that you are doing your test in. It is, in fact, timed. However, there really is plenty of time. I know it sounds really long when you think about 150 questions, but I finished in plenty of time, both times, even the time that I didn't pass it. I finished it in plenty of time. And then the time that I passed it was even faster because I was at the point where I was basically able to look at the answers, the multiple choice answers, the multiple choice, did I say that right? The choices for the multiple choice questions. I was able to just look at that without sometimes even reading the whole question. So yeah, and it's a different test each time, but pretty much the same material. So no need to be nervous. Go right ahead and go through it thoroughly and go ahead and ace the thing. Just trying to think, making sure I didn't leave out anything important. I had to take this certification because the company that I do the court reporting jobs for now wants every reporter to be certified. So Certified Deposition Reporter is the name of the exam. And when I first started with this company back in 2021, they hired me pretty much right before the Zoom meeting could end. The supervisors were very impressed, luckily, with my former background, which includes some standard style reporting, radio, television type of things, and somewhat of a legal background as well too, especially financial legal. So they were impressed and they hired me again right before we ended the Zoom conference where I was interviewing, and that was very fortunate. But fast forward, about 4 years later, they are preferring that every reporter be certified. So I'm proud of myself. I got it done. I have a credential under my belt for it. I really like the position. You run into some very interesting cases, and it's a good. Yes, it really is a good feeling to be able to be such an integral part of the legal system. And you deal with cases all over the world. What else? Just to be able to officiate accurately and get the record precise is a really good feeling. It's not very time consuming. So I really enjoy the position. And again, I'm very delighted that I passed. I did this video because I felt it might be helpful for those who are getting ready to take the CDR, as it's called, Certified Deposition Reporter exam. And just to give you some encouragement, some facts, things to look forward to. So hopefully now you can go right on ahead and knock it out the first time and pass. Get yourself scheduled and, like I said, knock it out the first time. If I have forgotten anything, I will certainly just list the information in the description box below. Thank you so much for watching, and good luck to those who are going to be taking the exam. And don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe.